Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is actually going to be a fantasy booking slash preview video for Glory of Honor 9. So, Bryan Danielson, they can't promote him to be at the show because of the WWE thing, but, the 90 days no compete clause would expire by this point, so I think it's a strong possibility he might show up. Now, the other thing is he's working for Evolve on the same day, so, but he will have enough time to make it to Glory of Honor, and the fans will as well. So, Bryan Danielson's had, wrestled several amazing matches in the same night at several back-to-back matches, so I'm sure he could pull it off. Uh, but since Danielson cannot be promoted on this pay-per-view, I'm kind of going to scrap my fantasy card, and this is pretty much the card that I think Ring of Honor is going to go in for this show, because obviously they have to build up the championship match and they have to build up certain feuds, so you can't just put Danielson against anybody. So if I were to pick one guy that Danielson could face, that's a main event type of guy that would create a huge buzz for this show once it comes out on DVD. I would actually go with Austin Aries. I think Aries and Danielson could definitely wrestle their asses off and put on a great match. You can have Aries come out before intermission and challenge anyone in the world to come out, and then obviously Bryan Danielson would be that guy. I know it sounds kind of corny. It doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but uh, I just think it'd be great to see these two guys go at it. I don't think they ever had a match in New York City, so I would just love to see these guys go at it, one-on-one. And I definitely think this could be their best match, that they've had to date. So hopefully that will happen. All right, so since Aries is going to be involved with Danielson, I would actually put the All Night Express, Kenny King and Red Titus up against Delirious and Jerry Lynn. This is a rematch from ROH on AC Net. We've seen this plenty of times, but I think it makes sense because if you can't have Aries and Delirious go at it, you might as well put them against the guys that Aries is managing. Kenny King and Red Titus. They've been feuding for a while on HD Net, so they could bring in Jerry Lynn for this show. I think it'll be a fun opener. They could open up the show with this. All right, next up I go with the Briscoes versus the Dark City Fight Club. I really didn't know what to do with the Briscoes, because Kings of Wrestling have their own match already. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the Briscoes and Dark City Fight Club can have a much better match. I think the Briscoes have improved a lot over the last year. I think they've gotten back into their flow. I mean, they've been putting out some good matches lately. So, I would like to see these two teams go at it. It could be a slugfest. It could be more of a brawl, but I just think this could be their best match by far. So, give these two tag teams another chance. All right, the ROH television title match, I'd actually go with Eddie Edwards and Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, you never know with this guy. He's always in Japan wrestling for DDT, but maybe he'll be freed up by this date. I'm not sure what his schedule is out there. I probably should have done some research, but if you guys know if Kenny Omega will be available in the United States by this point, write in the comment section. But yeah, Edwards and Omega, this could be an awesome match. Edwards will probably wrestle a singles match since David Richards is most likely going to be involved in the championship match or wrestling Christopher Daniels. So, yeah, I think this would be excellent. An excellent mid-card match without like a 3.5, 3 3/4 star match that will, play a nice supporting role on the card. So, all right, so I'd go with David Richards versus Christopher Daniels. They have been building this up for a while since the Big Bang. I think this would be an excellent match. Without a doubt, this is probably going to be Christopher Daniels' best singles match since, the Against All Odds match against AJ Styles. I definitely think it has the potential to reach that level. I'm sure Richards will bring the best out of Daniels. We'll see more of the badass type of Daniels come out from 2002. So, yeah, I just think this would be an excellent match. This is a dream match, and it's a match that needs to happen because they've been building up for a while. Now, there's a possibility of them doing maybe a four-way with Davey, Daniels, Tyler Black, and Roderick Strong. I like to see that as well. I think that would be great, but I would actually say that Tyler Black and Roderick Strong, give these guys another match, a rematch from Supercard of Honor. They pretty much set up, once Supercard of Honor 5 is over, the lasting impression was that you would get a rematch between Tyler Black and Roderick Strong, possibly at the next New York City show. So, yeah, I mean, they would have to make this match kind of special, add a stipulation. I'm not a big fan of steel cage matches. We've seen plenty of steel cage matches. Nothing is going to top, B.J. Whitmer and Jimmy Jacobs in Ring of Honor as far as a classic Ring of Honor steel cage match. I just don't see that happening. But I would actually say that Tyler and Roderick, let these guys go at it in a ladder match. I don't know what you guys think about that, but ladder matches haven't been overdone in Ring of Honor. Actually, they've only been done with tag teams. So you could actually make this Ladder War 3, in a singles match. I think it'd be something fresh, something different. I think Roderick could pull out some amazing stuff in this match. With his, Roderick does a beautiful drop kick, so I could just picture so many amazing things that Tyler and Roderick could do with the ladder. Maybe You could have Tyler go for the Phoenix Splash, and Tyler moves out of the way, and I'm sorry, Roger moves out of the way, and then Tyler falls on the ladder. I mean, it could be a sick match. Probably not a safe match. Probably not, something that's a very, very smart match to book. But I think it could be awesome. I think Tyler and Roger could definitely get the job done. Obviously, I just don't think a singles match, a rematch, just a regular singles match would. I just think they need to add something a little bit more special to the show, and I think a ladder match would be that, the right choice. All right, so I would actually go Kevin Steen and El Generico, the final match, the blow off to the whole feud. Fight without honor match. Death before dishonor, which is a regular singles match, but obviously you got to follow it up and let these guys go at it in, a fight without honor. I was thinking about adding Steve Corino and Colt Cabana to the match, having them do a rematch in Bitter Friends, Different Enemies too. But I don't know. I just think this seems a lot more appealing. I think Steen versus Generico, one of the biggest shows of the year. Let these guys go at it one-on-one in a fight without honor. I think this needs to happen. So, all right, and obviously you have the Kings of Wrestling versus Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. I wouldn't have this as the main event, but since it's the only match confirmed, I'll talk about this last. Um, yeah, I mean, I have mixed feelings on this. We don't really know what to expect from Haas and Benjamin. Shelton, he's either on or off. Sometimes, if Shelton's heart is really in it, he's better than anyone in the world. But, sometimes I get the feeling that he just wrestles just for the money sometimes because he has the athletic ability. Kind of like Brock Lesnar. Him and Brock Lesnar were roommates, so that kind of always crosses my mind from time to time. But without a doubt, Shelton Benjamin is so amazing, and the fact that he's finally getting a chance to showcase what he can do in Ring of Honor, I'm very, very excited to see this match. It'd be very, very interesting to see Haas. Haas has kind of slipped over the last couple of years. He hasn't really impressed me that much, but give him another chance. And see what can happen here. Obviously, the Kings of Wrestling are going to come to play. They've been amazing all year long. This should be an excellent match. This should be an excellent show. I don't think it'll surpass Death Before Dishonor, but it should be amazing though. But we'll see what the final card is. I'm sure it'll look something like this, but maybe they can even top it. If Aries and Danielson is on this card, I mean, this would just be insane. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. All right, thanks.